The 5 worst moments in Star Wars The Last Jedi. Some of these are pretty broad, and not just moments, maybe characters, stuff like that, whatever. If you want to watch my 5 best moments video, there's a link to it in the video description below. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Except, Kim Jong-un. Apparently that guy doesn't poop. Number 5. Vice Admiral Holdo. Don't get me wrong, Holdo's lightspeed sacrifice was amazing, visually stunning, one of the coolest moments in the film. And no, stop it with the idea of that being a plot hole. Why haven't they done that in the past? Why aren't weapons lightspeed? Just stop. It's Star Wars. The saga is littered with these kind of questions. Who cares? But when it comes down to Holdo, I didn't quite understand the purpose of her character. Every time Holdo was on screen, I felt like it should have been Leia. When she's briefing everyone, when she's butting heads with Poe, when she's coming up with a plan, when she's flying lightspeed, I kept thinking to myself, where is Holdo's place in all of this? I mean, I get it, she's a new character, I get it, but every scene she was in, I believe, would have been better with Leia at the helm. It would have been interesting to see Poe and Leia at odds. The film overall had a running theme of dissent, of not trusting legends. So it would have been really neat to see Poe disagreeing with Leia. Am I the only one who thinks that? Also, this has been addressed hundreds of times, but why didn't Holdo just tell Poe what she was up to? No idea. Oh well. But if we continuously sit back and wish something was different every time we watched a movie, we'd never be able to enjoy anything ever. Number 4. Maz Kanata hologram. I don't know why I don't like this scene so much, I just don't. It just felt so wonky. The entire sequence was one of those scenes in a movie where characters are overly explaining things. Get this to that, and this to that, and then do this, and just do that, and that, and this, and that, and that. And might as well just look straight at the audience and go, hey, this is what's going on, you dummies. That's what it felt like to me. Overly explaining things for the sake of telling the audience instead of trusting the audience to be smart enough to figure it out. But seeing Maz Kanata in the middle of a firefight, and her being the one to tell Finn, Rose, and Poe what to do and who to look for just felt like a reason to shoehorn a character in from The Force Awakens into the movie. Okay, who can tell Rose, Finn, and Poe about the Codebreaker? How about Maz Kanata? She was in the other movie. Okay, sounds good. Next. Number 3. Leia flying. Leia wasn't flying, she was using the Force. Yes, I get it. She was using the Force to fly in space or pull the ship towards her. I don't know. Yeah, we all know that she's Luke's twin brother, and I guess because of that, she can manipulate the Force, but the scene felt so goofy to me and so goofy to so many others. It was one of those moments when you're sitting in the movie theater and you predict exactly what's going to happen next, but you're thinking to yourself, oh no, oh please don't do that. They're not going to do that, right? Please don't. And then it happens and you cringe. What's actually interesting about this scene is when I saw the movie with my dad, he actually interpreted the scene in a completely different way than I and most people did. My dad actually thought that Kylo Ren was saving his mom. He thought that Kylo was moving her back into the ship. I'm sure that wasn't the intention of the scene, but if it was, then it puts a different spin on the scene. It actually makes it more enjoyable if I think about it in that way. And if that was the actual intention, it was a nice subtle move, but I doubt it. Maybe, but I doubt it. But maybe. But probably not. Number 2. Rose saving Finn. The crate sequence was so much fun, other than this moment. Finn was racing towards the big small Death Star boom boom laser gun, ready to sacrifice himself in an Independence Day hello boys back moment. And if he actually succeeded, it would have been powerful. It would have been great. It would have been a great way to end the film on a somber note. And also, it would have made more sense. There was so much tension leading up to the Death Star gun firing, and when it did, yeah, it blew a hole in the door, but the Resistance was able to escape regardless. And yes, Luke acted as a distraction, but I think this would have been powerful too. I think if Finn sacrificed himself, putting the Death Star out of commission, it would have been a way more powerful scene. Overall, in any story, I'm not that big of a fan of these types of scenes. When a character is going to sacrifice themselves and then at the last moment they're saved. Think of Game of Thrones. I won't spoil anything here, but Game of Thrones had a scene recently that was very similar to this. A moment of self-sacrifice interrupted by a last-second save. And the thing is, I like Rose as a character, but damn, this moment, yeah, not for me. Number 1, Canto Bite. It's no surprise that Canto Bite is number 1, right? It seems to be the general consensus that Canto Bite was a side plot that often took us out of the fun, that didn't quite feel right. I like it as a setting, I actually enjoy the message, but it was too on the nose, and for that, it made it feel goofy as hell to me. Canto Bite felt like busy work. It felt like one of those cases where, hey, we have to find something for these characters to do. Every time the story got going, every time we were deep in an interesting development with Rey and Luke, it felt like the story switched course to a far less interesting side plot in Canto Bight. Space horses, BB-8 slot machines, overall, Canto Bight did nothing for me. I'm sure some people enjoyed it, but it bogged the movie down in my opinion and created some heavy pacing issues. The only thing that I liked about the Canto Bight plot was the idea of things not working out, of plans failing, of betrayal. But the way it was executed left a lot to be desired. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to watch my top 5 best moments in The Last Jedi, I'll leave a link to it in the video description below. HelloGreedo, out.